We are back!
Yay!
We have to make all this sound for all the audience and everybody. Star jumps, girls.
Can you believe it's been 6 weeks since... Well, it's been 6 weeks since we've all been together, since we've all seen each other, since we've sat at this desk.
And we've all been sharing, haven't we, on our WhatsApp group about how frustrating it is, because over the last 20 years, we've shared everything that's gone on in our lives. And here we are in the most shocking thing that's ever happened globally.
And we can't talk about it.
But, oh, my God, are we back?
But we have lots of these, lots of vegetables.
I know. You'll notice the desk is bigger because obviously we are observing social distancing. We're in a new home as well. We're in Saturday Night Takeaway's home, actually. Look how massive this studio is. We have borrowed their huge studio so that we can make sure that we're all staying safe. What it means is we are literally like this little island of light in this huge, dark room with no audience and just us. But as you can see, there's only 3 of us allowed in the studio at any one time. But we can't do Lucemin without a 4th panellist. So Coleen is at home, up north, 200 miles away, taking social distancing very seriously. It's a whole new level. Hey, Coleen!
Hi, Coleen.
Hi! Yes, I am taking it very seriously. And I've got to be honest, I quite like working from home in my kitchen.
This is you all over. This means you don't have to get up, you don't have to travel, Have you got your slippers on under the desk, under the kitchen table?
I'll be very honest with you, girls. I was that close to doing it in my robe or my pyjamas.
So can you show us how you're actually making this work? Did you take a picture? Who's
There you
that?
go. Look,
What's that?
that's me setting it all up. Well, it wasn't me. It was my son. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's is that a lampshade on a step ladder?
I've got a step ladder on my dining table with a lamp sticking out the top of it, and I'm just sitting on a very high stool trying to make it look like it's all very natural.
Well, I tell you what, I've got kitchen envy, never mind anything else. Your kitchen's lovely.
It is. I love my kitchen. Yeah, because it's a new house, so I'm loving it.
Because you literally moved just as we went into lockdown, didn't you? How did you find all of that?
Well, it was really close to whether we could or we couldn't. And luckily, the solicitors and all that said, because we'd exchanged and completed, actually by law, you have to kind of move. But we had to do it while we were social distancing. So it took 3 cars, a really small van. It took 12 and a half hours for us to move 20 minutes up the road.
Wow. And then
with 15 animals.
Well, this is what I was going to say. To add on to all of that, your cat had, 7 kittens the day before?
7 kittens the day before. I was like, no, now is not the time, mother cat. And there she is there just having something to eat while they're milling around. But yeah, it was, so I was really nervous about all of that as well, getting them all over without stressing them out. But luckily, all the animals love it and they all took it in their stride. But I was a nervous wreck, and I'm never going to watch or go through a kitten birth ever again. It was worse than my own.
Brenda is literally almost having kittens here now. You just want to
Kittens
cuddle.
are just so gorgeous and so cute. You know what I'm like when I see a kitten and a cat.
Can you go and get them? Coleen, can you go and get them?
I'll go and get 2 of them.
Yeah.
I can't hold more than that. They wriggle. I'll be back with you shortly.
All right, leave the camera up just so we can watch. This is great. I like this. We should leave it like this all the time.
You can't watch it. It's sellotape to my ladder.
She can make us a cup while she's there, couldn't she?
So obviously we're all in a whole new normal, as it's been called. How have you been coping?
Well, first of all, I was just really nervous about coming in today. I'm going to be honest, because I've been in such a bubble. I've called it lucky lockdown, because I've been able to stay in and get that really safe feeling, which, of course, a lot of people haven't been able to. So I was really nervous this morning. I'm quite anxious, but I'm excited as well. And that kind of sums up how the whole time it's been like for me. In the first week, I was in a really bad way because my dad had just had a heart operation and I was really nervous about that. I made the mistake, which I soon rectified, of watching rolling news all the time.
Yeah.
And I would say, because I'm naturally quite a happy person, positive person, and I actually went really downhill really quickly, got very high anxiety. I felt completely hopeless about the whole situation. And actually, I really lent on Mark for that, which was really nice, and he was really supportive through that. I pulled myself together, but what I would say is I think whatever feelings you're having in lockdown, you should have them.
Let
You know what I mean?
yourself feel
Because
it,
sometimes
yeah.
people say, oh, I feel really guilty because I'm actually enjoying lockdown. Or I feel really guilty because I'm feeling really anxious and depressed. I think everybody's having, whatever you're feeling is okay.
I agree.
What about you? How's yours been?
For me, I think if this had happened a year ago, I would have been in big trouble. Because last year I was in, as you guys know, I was in a really dark place. I had I had a breakdown last year, which is not something that I've necessarily spoken about, but I did. And if it had happened then, it would have been horrendous. But I worked on myself so hard and I had so much help and so much support that actually when it happened, we'd already started calming our life down, taking things out that were causing stress. I was in a really great place mentally. I'd had therapy. So actually I was quite chilled. I think all of us were really scared for the first week or so, you know, adjusting to, oh my gosh, this is the kind of stuff you see in movies and now it's actually happening. But what I did was I focused on what I could control, not what I couldn't. And I think that's what has really helped us. And also, again, I feel very grateful and very lucky that our family are all together and that we're safe and that we're staying well. How about you? You're in lockdown with your
I'm in
two as
lockdown
well.
with Jamal and Tanisha, and I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Not anxious in the slightest. And I'm just like, get on with it. And, you know, we come together for dinner, maybe sometimes.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm just throwing myself and being as productive as I possibly can.
Totally.
And keeping a smile on my face as I do it.
We're going to talk more, aren't we, in part 2 about mental health, which would be good because I know loads of people are suffering. But we've been doing lots of different things to keep ourselves happy. And Saturday, are we going to hear that? You can hear the cat.
Sorry, I'm not.
I mean, you're all, you know, you're all saying you're feeling a bit stressed. You should have all just come here and played with the kittens.
That would have been lovely.
I mean,
But I mean, I think it's good that we touch on how we felt at the beginning of it all, because it would be crazy and to say that everyone just, you know, a global pandemic started and everyone was fine.
Yeah.
It's a totally normal reaction to feel the way that you do. But it's also normal to find different ways to work through it. So we've come together much more as a family. We've started doing more as a family. I was let loose with a hair dye kit or 2 or 3. I dyed Finley's hair pillow box red. I dyed, and he asked for it, I didn't just pin him down. I dyed Nick's hair. He decided he wanted to go for a little bit of a Philip Schofield grey. You know, who wouldn't want to be a silver fox? But it went a little bit wrong, and he looks more like Eminem now. That's what I did to him.
Oh, dear.
I know.
You didn't mean to do the beard and the moustache.
Well, no, because, basically it was long and blonde and then I had to buzz cut it all off. He does look happier than that most of the time. That's quite an unfortunate picture of him. So, yeah, we did things like that. We've had dress-up nights and where we're all doing fancy dress, done loads of things like that.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I've really enjoyed it, and because lots of lockdown I've really enjoyed it, and we've been playing more with the kids, and they've been missing so much all their takeaways and restaurants, because most weekends we'll go somewhere. So this Saturday we turned the house into Nando's. Next Saturday it's going to be Wagamama's. So Mark was the waiter, I was the chef. They got a menu. Maddie said it was the happiest she'd been in months. I think I've got a little clip of it here. It was so cute.
We have everything that's on the menu.
Absolutely everything?
Absolutely everything.
Absolutely everything. Okay.
Yeah, halloumi, garlic bread, spicy nuts, olives, hummus.
Absolutely. Hello, madam. Madam.
It's so cute.
Can you please explain what's going on?
He's being the drinks dispenser, because in Nando's you press the drink thing, don't you? He goes, and that's the thing that they love, mixing the drinks. So he was being a drinks dispenser. So he was running around being the waiter, and then every time they wanted a refill, he had to go back and hold his nose out for them to... But you know what was so lovely? What was so lovely was that, because within all of the horror that everyone's going through, there's these new sprouts of gratitude going on, aren't there, for so many people? And they were like, oh, my God, that's the best. That chicken tasted so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, this has been the best night out, because because there's so little going on, isn't
yeah.
it? So the teens just get so excited about anything, which I'm loving.
Yeah.
I'm loving that.
I think
Well-
for me, I'm just Jamal started DJing, so he's taken himself off DJing. Tanisha's writing a business plan for a new venture. So she's like, well, I might as well just work for myself and use this time to write something down in lockdown. And I'm just cooking and DIY and gardening and singing and writing songs. It's fun. This is giving me time to focus on what I would not have had a chance to do, I think.
Yeah.